Alrighty, folks, we are back with more Dark Tide. So, who are you, what are you, and to celebrate National Seatbelt Day, which is on November the 14th in 2 days' time, what is your favourite vehicle with seatbelts? Starting with Eden.
Hello, I'm Eden. My character's Wraith, Tevinter Mage, Mortician, sometimes lawyer when we need it. And my favourite vehicle with a seatbelt. I mean, unless it's a bus or a plane or a ship, I mean, surely I'd just say car and then everybody else is screwed. So, car. Best luck, everybody else.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it, take your car off the table. Alright.
Sorry, we got this.
Let's go. That's Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I play Ruth Yosef, our very grumpy healer, Dalish elf. Seatbelts, things that roller coasters. They have seatbelts.
Mm-hmm.
And I love roller coasters. So, yeah. Think outside the box, Eden.
I can think of one other. I'm curious to see if Tom comes up with it.
Alright, well, we go to Tom.
Hello, I'm Tom, currently William Apple, or Apal, possibly, who is a, human ex-guard. I think, what was it, who, from the Discord, someone said the other day.
Oh, Nobby Knobs?
No,
Or was it,
no, it was the other guy, Colon.
Oh, yeah.
He's a cowardly
Good old Fred.
soul, but he tries. Also noticed I've put flumed beret instead of plumed beret in my equipment slot. I need to change that. Yes, I'm Tom. Hello, and my favourite vehicle that has a seatbelt would probably be. Now, I'm not sure if it's allowed, but a bumper car is probably my favourite vehicle that has a seatbelt.
Yeah,
Fair
that
enough.
works.
It's not quite the same as a car, but
Now,
they do
was
look
that
kinda
what
similar.
was Eden thinking? Or?
I was thinking of rocket ships, like spacemen.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's locked into their seats, don't they? So,
Or
yeah.
aeroplanes, possibly. You mean?
Alright, well, that's what they all think of that. So what happened last time?
It's been a minute. I'm always useless when we come to this point.
I missed last week, but I don't know if you played last
We didn't
week.
do that last week. Tom? I think the last one, you were here for the last one, Amy.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry about that.
On my
I'm
memory.
trying to think what we did.
The last one was the one with the Fabricant. The
Yes, in the
immortality in the
stables.
Fabricant.
We got to some estate, and we were going to take refuge in the stables, and because we weren't going to go in the house because we were like, that's haunted, we don't want to go in there. And then there was a Fabricant that had been destroyed all over the place, and it was slowly morphing, coming back together.
Mm-hmm.
But there was was it his master or another creature that attacked us, or tried to?
I remember the ghostly blue apparition.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether or not that was a ghost or projection, I don't know if we discerned that 100%. They were trying to get us to come into the house.
Yes. Kept trying to convince us to come in, and we were like, no, because if we come in, we're probably not coming out. And then did he not think he was immortal, but he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
He was a ghost.
Yeah, he was. He believed that he was immortal, but he was actually dead.
He was just a ghosty boy.
Yeah.
he'd taken some sort of potion that had maybe linked his essence to the fabricant somehow, because he thought that fabricants could grant immortality.
Yeah.
Or perhaps cure his wife. But that had perhaps fallen by the wayside after he'd taken the potion and believed himself to have ascended to some new plane of existence or something.
I think his memory has been addled since he's now a ghost. Doesn't really remember. And I think we left. I don't think we actually... Or did we decide to stay the night in the stables and then... It was the next day? I can't remember.
There was a brief panic towards the end where we hadn't opened the portcullis to bring the cart through, and that was kind of a blocker. And at that point, we'd gone down into the basement and set fire to everything. Was it the fabricant that had gotten kind of like thrown into the corner of the room, and then I fireballed, and it was just like, okay, now we run.
Yeah, now we just go. We're just gonna flee.
Oh yeah, that was it. Because in the sort of like with the portcullis, there's like a little spot where that's where I got my plumed beret and a bottle of old whiskey and a shiny new halberd. Because I was like, oh, we got to open this portcullis. Ah, I know the way. Well, I've seen a few portcullises in my day, and had a route around and was like, ooh, fresh copy of fresh plumed beret and some old whiskey. Very nice. I'll probably swap that back out for my helmet if things get hairy, but you know.
I think we took off after that. Yeah.
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 All right.
Heading towards Ostagar. Yeah.
Heading towards Orzammar.
Yes, Orzammar. Yes.
All right. Okay. So we'll carry on from there. So you continue along the road. You're sort of in a slightly mountainous path, and as you eventually see lights in the distance, you come to a small village. And it's early evening, but as you approach, you hear the sound of everyone seems to be quite busy, and as you look around, there seems to be 7 or 8 stalls all building carts. What do you want to do?
Observing this work going on, is there anybody leading them all as a group, or are these individual groups making these carts?
These seem to be individual groups making carts, and they're from various levels of skill. Like, some look relatively robust, others look laughably flimsy, but they seem to all be building carts.
Are they interacting with each other at all?
No. There's like groups of like 7 or 8, like between 4 and 7 men in each sort of group building carts.
Maybe it's like a cart building event where they all try and build the best cart, like a soapbox race, but for carts.
They've picked a hell of a time and place to do this.
Yeah.
If that's the case. I suppose we should probably just interrupt them and maybe try and find out what's going on.
Yeah, maybe just like casually ask the first group and be like, so, you're making a cart?
One of them turns round and points at Wraith and goes, "Oh, you're back! Yeah, we're building a cart. Would you like to buy this one?"
I love that accent.
What do you mean we're back?
The vintage gentlemen. Yeah, they're back. Yeah, they're back, everyone. And all the groups start turning around and start furiously trying to like dust off all the carts that look most presentable.
That's racist.
I mean, I'm gonna look at Wraith and just be like, "You're the Vint."
I suppose
That's racist too.
must be some of my countrymen that set them to work. Well, let's see what we can figure out. Yes, men. We're here to check on progress. We want to know how well the mission goes.
Oh, well, we've been working to use specific design. We have it right here, and he holds out a very oil-stained picture, which has some vague numbers on it. He goes, yeah, we're working to it. We'll have them back. You want to buy our cart, sir?
Well, let me have a quick look at that if you don't mind. And he'll reach out to try and take the paper.
Okay.
Is he willing?
Yeah, lets you take it off him. It's written in a very flamboyant Tevinter style script, and it basically is just a lot of measurement numbers.
Is there anything I can discern from this? Is it just numbers, or is there anything note-wise to say, like, are these carts for a purpose, or anything more I can discern?
Not really. It just sort of it says the storage compartment must be this size.
Yes, good, and I'll pass the paper back. So, when was the last time you saw my compatriots? I've been looking for them.
Oh, they came by yesterday, sir.
Oh?
Yeah,
And,
they told us to speed it up and they wanted more carts.
I see. In which direction did they go in?
They went to Montclair, sir, that way. And he points along another sort of road leading out of town.
I see. Well, you'll forgive me, but I'm curious. Tell me more about what you know of the mission beyond building these carts. And
Well,
he'll give him a kind of scrutinous look.
Well, they came up and asked us to build a cart, and then asked us to find 6 strong men to go with it, so they could carry the load.
What load?
Well, you know, the load. They sort of look amongst each other. None of them have really thought this far ahead.
Well, how heavy is the load?
Well, we don't know. We just know that the Tevinter paying good coin for us to take these carts and go into Ferelden.
Into Ferelden.
Into Ferelden. Oh, best of luck.
Well, yeah, you know, it's good coin. I mean, you know, Jonathan over there. He points over. Well, his hut there. His wife's rolling in money.
Oh?
Yeah.
Why? What has she done?
Well, you know, they paid him, and he left his money behind.
Let's keep up the good work. I'm of two minds as to whether or not to speak to some of my companions, and we may be joining them. And he kind of looks to his actual companions and gives a look that's like, trust me on this.
It's just like, okay.
Well, we'll leave you to your work.
All right, sir.
Yes, get back to it.
Is there anything sir wants us to add to the cart to make it more appealing?
Nothing at this time. We may call you over before we leave the area, so just keep an ear out, and if we have an update, we'll give it.
Oh, right, sir. And again, they go back to continuing to build. They sort of take panels off that are hiding massive flaws in the thing that they should start fixing underneath.
Well, at least they're fixing them, you know?
Yeah.
I'm very curious about why other Tevinter might be going into Ferelden with carts laden with men and storage space.
Probably because all the lost treasure or something.
Yes, all the loot left behind. Villages, cities, entire places completely wiped out.
True, but we're not really the raiding type. Perhaps there's more specific things, but really this isn't our concern.
No.
You know, we could sabotage them just for good measure, but what do you think?
Well, they're earning a lot of money. Doesn't seem fair to rob them out of it.
Yes, I'm more inclined to just leave them to it. They're not bothering anyone, and they're not really in harm's way right now. I reckon we just let them continue, and that way your countrymen don't know that we've met them or interfered with their plan.
There's a relatively good chance they'll make mention of us should people return here. But
we still have Robin hiding in the cart.
Yes. Maybe we should make haste.
He's a Grey Warden.
Oh, was he the drunkard?
Yes, yes.
Yes, he's the source of the smell in the back of the vehicle there.
Yes, he's
God.
the son of a prominent Grey Warden, and we're
Oh,
tasked with
has he been up to mischief? Are you looking after him? Has he done something he shouldn't have?
Yes, yes, we're making sure he's kept safe.
Oh,
and,
those young lads. They do know how to make mischief, don't they?
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, the
Constantly
stories I
having to,
could
like,
tell you.
Well,
Oh, dear.
perhaps later was at dinner when we stop for camp and have dinner.
Oh, yeah,
But,
yeah.
right now
course.
right now we should decide what to either to move on or. Is there anything else in this with this group, or is it just this literal group in the middle of this like
There's
clearing
like
and stuff?
a sort of horseshoe of sort of ramshackle huts that are all building carts in each of them all the way along. So there's about 8 carts being built in the town. And the only other thing that you can really see is that there seems to be a sort of very there's a very annoyed looking child who seems to be having an argument with his mother. But apart from that, there's not really much else.
Okay.
There is an
So
end if you want to go into it.
Okay. So the Tevinter. So they had said that the Vints had gone up the mountain. Did they say?
They
Is that
said
what
they'd
they
gone
said?
along the mountain road to.
They'd gone along the mountain road.
They'd gone along the mountain road to Montclair.
Okay. Is that north or south of
That
Orzaar?
would be north of where you are now.
Okay. So towards Orzaar. Okay.
What kind of condition are we in for further travelling? Like, are Manny and the horse doing all right?
Yeah. Have we got enough supplies and stuff? Are we?
About as well as you ever have. You're about half in your supplies as usual, but usually Manny replaces them all when you get to places.
Okay.
I guess we could just like grab a few spare things and carry on then.
Yeah. We could see what the tavern has. If he has any like stock that we can take, and maybe we could overhear any more gossip as well. Yeah, so we'll go to the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay. You go into the tavern. As soon as the tavern is sort of the usual sort of background level conversation, but as soon as everyone looks over and clocks Wraith, there's a sort of silence grips over the tavern.
Seems my people have made an impression around these parts.
I mean, don't Tavine make a statement wherever they go?
Well, yes. I do try to be the exception to the rule, but...
Oh, I know that. But old tales and beliefs die hard among the oppressed people.
Much as I am partial to these robes, perhaps I should think about changing things up at the next opportunity. If only for subterfuge's sake.
That's all your prerogative, my friend. I'm not going to comment on your dress at all.
Fair. Well, let's see what the barkeep has for us. Let's get some provisions and be underway.
Ruth's so awkward. He's like, I am like a hermit. I am dressed like a hermit.
You're not dressed like a hermit. You're dressed like like a big ball of clothes with you in the middle.
Yeah, he has like many layers.
An ogre, perhaps, has layers.
So as you approach the bar, you immediately hear, "Oh, great, yes, sir. Can I get you a drink, sir?"
No drinks for me for now. I don't know about my companions, but we're really just looking for some provisions for the road.
Oh, yes, no problem, sir. Yes, no problem.
Actually, I might trouble you for a bottle of rum.
Coming right up, sir. Will it be the usual payment, sir?
No. This is a separate account. We'll pay our own.
Okay. So he gets you some provisions. He gives you some wine, some rum, and you pay him in basically what gold you have, and he looks the gold over and goes, "Oh right, I thought you didn't deal in gold."
Yes, well, when in Olay, do as one does. It's your custom, is it not? Exchange gold
Well,
for goods?
he sort of looks at Wraith a little bit suspiciously, then goes, "Right, well, just out of interest, what is the value of this gold compared to what you paid before?" And he sort of ruffles around behind the bar and pulls out a tessera coin and he holds them next to each other.
Do I know the relative difference?
You remember that the coins, a lot of the coins, the tessera coins, are made for events in Devinter, and they have either immense value or are completely worthless.
Well, let me assure you that they're of roughly equal value. We wouldn't stiff you on the bill on this. Rest assured.
Oh,
And
right.
surely your own money is better than what I could offer you. There's no exchange or anything like that.
All right. Well, you see, the lads don't really know how much this is worth, so we've just kind of been, treating it as quite a lot, but none of us really know, you see, and well, begging your pardon, we're not complaining that you're paying us so much, but none of us really know the value of this, and well, we had a trader a few weeks ago, and he wouldn't take any of it. He says it was Tavinta money, and he wouldn't touch it.
Well, you'll have to take that up with the main party. I'm very sorry that you're having issues with the currency that we've been providing. I do assure you that it's a full legal tender. But
This is why I told them that we needed to just stick to one idea. But no. The boss has to decide.
exactly, it's so much easier when we deal with gold, which is why we've provided today. But yes, if you speak to the boss when he returns.
All right, we'll do. Thank you. And he again busies himself behind the bar.
And Ruth's just gonna cast a side-glance to Wraith and be like, we need to get the fuck out of here now.
Yeah.
Let's leave quickly.
Take your drinks, get some ham, and get out of here.
Yep. Grab the ham, grab the booze. Flee.
The ham is for food later. I like to imagine that William Appel has. Well, it depends. I might have to roll for this. Do I see any other people at the bar or in the inn who might be town guardsmen?
No, there is no one that looks like a town guard.
Okay. In which case, because if there was, I'd have struck up a conversation and started a bit of a gossip. But because there is not, I will instead stand, about close to the back of the room and just sort of be observing, making sure there's no loutish behaviour.
All right. When you look around, there doesn't seem to be that many men there. There's a couple of women, but there's only one or two older men. And when you go outside, apart from the ones working on carts, you don't see many men walking around.
That's rather curious.
Must be
Perhaps
what
the
am I-
menfolk have been conscripted. Perhaps they're the ones being taken out on those carts.
Or maybe there's a wandering circus nearby, and they're all at the thighs and ribs tent, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm not sure if such facilities are around these parts, but you never know.
There's always a whole house.
Well, I don't really know about those kinds of things, but and Wraith kind of looks awkward and fumbles with
Ruth's
his
just gonna
hand.
raise an eyebrow at him and be like,
Ha! Alright, Wraith.
Would you
carries
happen
on
to know
walking.
much about those places there, Ruth?
I may have been in one before and then been confused for an actual employee. Which was not very enjoyable, but yes, I have
God, what?
been in a whorehouse.
Oh dear.
Well, yes, we've got the provisions we needed, and well, the mystery of the menfolk will have to wait. So I think we should get back on the road.
Yes, I'm not an economic. Nope, I'm not going to even attempt it.
Economist.
Thank you.
No worries.
But I think we should probably make tracks, given that we're under a false identity right now.
Yes. Right, Manny, ready the horses.
All right, okay.
Load up.
All right, so you ready the horses and you set off again. Next couple of days of travel, the road's oddly quiet. And as you arrive into Montclair, which is a slightly bigger, almost city, it's oddly quiet. And as you get into the middle, you see there seems to be like 3 or 4 carts that have come from different roads that seem to all be queued up at the entrance. And as you sort of pull in yourself, you just hear a voice go, "It's a wonderful cart right there!" And a very tall, thin Deventer walks over towards Manny and goes, "Wonderful craftsmanship. Oh, if you make it more like this, we could take it easily. And how about you, yes, you park that over there and we have a talk, yes?"
Bruce kind of poked his head out there. I'm sorry, but this is occupied. And then poked back in.
Oh, it has elves in it. Ugh.
Yes, exactly. dirty, dirty little elves that visitors don't like. Bye bye.
So Manny still goes over and parks the cart anyway. As you notice the Deventer walking up and down the rest of the carts, like just walking up and like kicking the wheels and stuff, and just kind of.
Manny, if he does that to our cart, you have my permission to hit him.
Oh, all right, then I'll hit him. Aye. Where do you want me to hit him?
Just in the face.
Oh, all right, I'll do that.
And tell him off for touching your cart, because that's rude.
Right, I will do that. We'll do that. Yep. So,
Wraith is kind of tensely hiding in the back of the car at this point, just like anticipating, like, oh, do I go out and try and assert authority, or do I sit here and he's just gonna wait and see?
We're just gonna come back and be like, Wraith, shall we perhaps maybe give you a disguise?
Yes, I think we should do something very quickly. Quickly, give me one of your robes. I'll cover up a little bit.
All right. Just like shimmies around and takes off one of his many layers and like hands it over. It's clean. Trust me.
I'm sure it's good enough. And he quickly covers it up, his own black robes, as best he can, and kind of braces himself.
Ruth is 5 foot tall, so this is gonna be fun.
It's gonna have some fair knees coming out the bottom, but yeah.
Just wear it like a tunic.
Yeah.
So I'll step out of the back. Oh, what's going on? How can we help you with our cart, sir?
What do you want with our cart?
He goes,
What's going on here then?
You come from the country. Wonderful. Who sent you? You sent, the court send you?
Oh, yes, I do come from the motherland. Sorry, I wasn't expecting. Yes, we have a mission. We're on our way up the road here, and we shouldn't be stopped. We need to get down there very quickly.
Good. Right. Well, apologies that it has been so. You have to understand that the filth we are hiring to do this job, they are not very good at it. He sort of gestures towards the men, he gestures towards like a sort of collection of very young men that are all sort of standing around. 1 or 2 of them are sort of having very light sword fights with each other, and they look basically like cocky young men who have never really seen combat.
Oh, they are cannon fodder.
Yeah. They're not exactly the highest quality of people, so, yeah, it's, the job is taking longer than it should.
Jesus Christ, I was going to do something about that. Hang on.
Ruth's not going to say much because he's going to put his foot in it. He's
Well,
like,
at this point, a very angry-looking man comes over and goes, "Do you want my cart or not? I've been waiting there for 2 hours." He walks over and he just opens the back of one of another cart, pulls out a bag, a very large bag of some kind of coin. Just drinks it, just throws it at his feet and goes, "There, take it or leave it." "Oh, yep, no problem, I'll take that, thank you very much." Picks up the bag and starts scarpering. You notice 2 or 3 coins have fallen on the ground, and as you look down at them, they are still very much tesserae coins that you vaguely have a memory of something about them that just makes you remember. These were from events like 10, 15 years ago. These are less than worthless.
yeah.
But they are shiny.
They are
They're
shiny.
kind of a sort of very dark metal.
You can't even melt them down to do anything else with them, can you?
No.
No. Ruth's kind of like, oh, there's gonna be a riot. But rewarders don't get involved.
Wraith is going to shout after the guy that was dealing with the purchase of the cart and everything there, and just be like, "Well, we're not interested in selling our cart, so we're going to be on our way."
Alright, that's fine. Head down to the checkpoint. If you need to go through to Ferelden, just go straight ahead. They'll be fine.
Okay. Yep, because that's where we're going, because that's where Orzammar is. I don't want to go to Ferelden.
Alright. So you head down, you basically back on the cart and you head down the road. As you get closer and closer to the sort of checkpoint, you notice the wall in front of you getting more and more reinforced. As you get to the end, there's this massive, it's like 4 portcullises in a row, massive reinforced walls. And as you arrive, there's a bunch of like, you can tell they're obviously Ferelden natives that are running the gate, but there's a bunch of Tevinter that just keep shouting at them. And as you get close, you just hear, "Well, they've not come back. Open the gate. We're sending another one." It's been barely 24. It's barely a day. You know, we can't just be sending people out then day by day. The Darkspawn are gonna know there's gonna be people coming here. They're gonna make their way back to the gate, and then we're going to fight them off again. "I don't care. Open the gate." But we can't just open the gate willy-nilly. If that's just, "Here, there's a bag of gold. Just open the fucking gate." "Oh, all right then." And you hear the sound of the gate, the portcullises being slowly opened one at a time.
Well, that doesn't seem safe.
No.
No,
But
but
we
we're
are
going to have to
going
make
through-
our way regardless.
Yeah. We have to go to Orzammar, so we have to go through the gate.
cart in front of you is full of, let's say full of, it's like 10, again, very young, sort of male and female human. They're all kind of like, they've all got vague weaponry, and as you pull up behind them, the Tevinter that you saw at the gate walks over and goes, "Now, do you remember what you need to do?" And the guy goes, yeah, we go down there, we find this Orzammar or whatever the fuck it is, then we get the bags, we put them on the cart and come back. "Well, yes, that's about it, yes. Well, if you get back, I will have a grand payment for each of you that bring bags back, but if you come back with nothing, you will get nothing. Do you understand?" Yeah, that's fine, we understand." Good, right, fuck off then." And the cart in front of you starts heading off. What do you want to do?
Good question.
Does anybody want to break the portcullis after we're on the other side?
Not be able to return.
Well, we're going to be in Orzammar. But there'll be other gates, I imagine.
Oh, yes, there have to be. Maybe for the sake of the rest of these men, it would at least slow the approach of my countrymen's throwing them into the fire at least.
But then we'd have to fight these boys on the other side. The moment they saw us break this gate.
And who knows what
Well-
else?
On the other hand, if they're only waiting a day before they send the next lot, wait 12 hours.
We could do it at night. Do we have any? We do have like rum. It's just like, I don't want to use my rum. Just bought it.
How many?
Do we have anything that can explode besides a fireball?
I've not got anything on me in
Yeah, I
terms of
haven't got
alchemical
anything.
ingredients or anything like that.
Have we got a list of things on the cart? Of stuff. Do we have something on the cart? Any gunpowder?
No, we don't really have that kind
We've
of thing
run
on
out
the
now.
cart. I think we have run out because I'm sure Anna had most of the Molotov making thing.
Ah, yeah. I don't know.
Are there any of Gemli's remains? Did he leave anything behind? Grease or something?
Grease and a bunch of cogs.
And Ruth has a spare leg. I shall be right back. 2 seconds.
Yep, sure.
I'm in two minds about attacking. How many people are actually out here?
I think there's about 10 weary looking Ferelden's that seem to be running the outpost. There's 3 to Vinter, and apart from yourselves on the cart, there's the only other people that were there have all just gone inside of gone through the gate into Ferelden.
Potentially quite a lot of people to fight if the Teventa can motivate the Fereldans to fight. Or alternatively, that's a lot of allies for us potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
I mean, these men think that they're working to earn a wage here, so it might be difficult to we can't just be like, you're free slaves or anything like that, because that's not the scenario. I'm thinking, if we get to the other side of it and then break it, we won't have to deal with the Tevinter as it is, I suppose.
We could just, I think we should wait until either until night or until like a few hours after the dudes who've just gone through have passed through, because then they won't be there to see that we're locking them in. If they survive that long anyway.
Probably a good idea.
I don't think they'll be happy if they see that we're locking them in, the hellhole that is Ferelden.
What if we take the approach of volunteering to be the next cart?
Oh.
We could do that. They'll still be probably looking out after we've gone through. They'll probably watch us for a bit, so we can't sabotage the portcullis quite so easily.
This is true.
Unless we travel out for 3 hours and then double back, damage the portcullis, and then carry on towards them all. Unless they might still be looking out for people, though.
We could just offer to be the cart that goes, but ask them to give us a bit of leeway.
I mean, if we
they're
get
not going to send someone anyway, regardless.
if we get to the other side of the portcullis and they bring it down and then we attack it, I mean, unless one of them's going to climb on top of the structure or whatever, then surely we're going to be all right to just do that and then ride off.
True.
Just hit it with a combined fireball from both of us.
That, or if we can spot the mechanism somehow and then find something to jam into it from the other side to stop it from being able to be raised again or something. think offering to go through is probably our first step here.
Probably, yeah.
Right. As the other cart slowly disappears into like through the forest and over the road, you notice that there's definitely smoke coming from the direction they're heading, and the ground seems to be only about the sort of green and pleasant land that you've going through. It seems to only last about maybe a couple of 100 meters, and then it starts going into blackened, dark
Yeah.
land.
Yep. Blighted. Ugh.
So as you notice them go from the normal land into the sort of darkened realm, and they disappear into the sort of slight haze that's ahead of you, the Tevinter that sent them just turns to you and goes, "Who the fuck are you? Are you the next cart? Do you want to just go now?"
Yes, that's us.
All right, well, you know the drill, yes?
Go to Orzammar, get sacks, come back.
Close enough. Off you fuck.
Is the portcullis open?
We'll ride through the portcullis then, and then do they immediately lower it? What's the deal?
You've ride through the portcullis. As soon as you're through, literally the second you're through, the portcullis starts lowering.
Alright, how
Can,
do we...
as we're going through, can we spot the mechanism? Oh.
No, it doesn't. It seems to be
okay.
like behind solid walls.
Ah. Okay then.
Decent construction then.
Yeah. Well, you would have to be for the dark swan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, Crowley.
Trying to think of what, because we don't want to destroy the actual sort of the bit that's come down.
Mm-hmm.
But we do want to make it so. Is it metal, or is this a wooden portcullis that's
It's
come down?
very metal, like reinforced, studded metal.
Oh, could we maybe melt a bit of it as it's shut? Come back at night and then melt it into place?
Maybe. Trying to think of other what's the different ways? I mean, you could bend it potentially so that it wouldn't fit back up into the bit that it's meant to slide into.
Hmm. Well, this is what I was thinking of, maybe like melting it, because then it's going to come out of its shape and probably snap, and then it's going to get jammed as well. Maybe.
Shall the two mages then hop down off the cart, and maybe we could go up like from either side of the portcullis and like plant hands and do heat metal. Sorry, not heat metal. Do just heat,
Yeah. we
and
could-
then
well,
try and
probably
get
not
it
right.
warped and bent out
Probably
of
not
shape.
right at this moment.
Yeah, wait, come back in a couple of hours' time and...
Yeah, we'll come back
Or,
when
I
it's
don't know,
a bit
pretend
darker.
that the cart has broken its wheel or something.
Mm.
All right. So you basically park like just over the hill, and wait. And as you're waiting, the ground around you, as the day sort of ticks on, everything around you begins to get darker and darker and hazier and hazier. There's no sound nearby, no wildlife, no animals, nothing. Everything is
Alright.
just
Starting
incredibly
to-
dark.
I'm starting to visibly lose my cool.
Yeah, just sit in the cart. It's fine. Just sit in the cart.
But I'm not going to admit that. I'm going to take off my plumed beret and put on my actual helmet. And get my halberd at the ready as well.
Yeah.
It's not natural, this. It's spooky. I don't like it.
Yes, it's a very tense situation, and Wraith
Yeah.
is sweating profusely.
We are probably in the most dangerous place in Thedas this very moment. So, Manny, you need to keep your wits about you. And I'm serious. Alright?
I keep my wits about me. I'll keep them in a box next to me.
Good lad.
I mean, Wraith and I are lucky that we can sense them if they approach, but
Yes, it's a shame we didn't have more training on that front, but
eh,
we'll see when the feeling comes.
the dreams have been strange, but yes. We'll see how we get on.
As the day continues to tick on, the darkness tends to darkness kind of rolls in more and more. You hear a strange scream in the distance.
I'm immediately alert and pissing myself.
How strange is this? Is it inhuman?
As in, it's kind of like a fox,
Okay.
but it's much more gargled.
Ooh. Like a Genlock or a Herlock?
His
It
lock
could
or
be.
her lock?
Can I or Wraith, like, sense anything?
You sort of try and sense around. You have a feeling that there's something. There's quite a lot of things in the distance, and they're beginning to make their way towards you.
Oh god.
Alright, how about we close up that portcullis now?
Yes, we need to take action swiftly before we're descended upon.
Yes. Let's back away from here.
So I guess Wraith and Ruth will run over to the portcullis as quick as possible, do a bit of heating, and we'll see how it goes.
We'll try and melt those bars a bit.
Okay. You basically just melt the bars so they lock in place.
Nice.
The portcullis is not going to open.
Right.
Which, you know, now that I think about it, maybe not the best idea.
Well, there's no turning back now.
Well, we've done it now.
Let's load up and get the hell out of here.
Ruth's gonna
Into
sit up
there.
with Manu and like keep an eye out.
I'll take tonight's watch with Manny and keep an eye on things. You guys try and have some rest.
Are you staying still or are you moving?
I thought I was gonna sit up with Manny
Okay.
at the front of the cart
Okay.
and just keep an eye out.
But the cart is moving, though.
Yeah, the cart is
that's my
moving. The
intent.
cart is moving. I'm just making sure that like one of us is at least awake so we can sense stuff.
So as you continue along the road, you get about 5 minutes along the road and you see to the right of the cart, you see another a wagon with its back wheel lying off and 5 or 6 corpses lying around the floor. All of them look in various levels of decomposition.
Lovely.
Some of the unfortunate people that came ahead of us, no doubt.
Poor unfortunate souls.
Kind of half hoping that you would just burst into song and continue there, but
I got the heebie-jeebies.
Unfortunately, I do not have Ursula's amazing voice.
So for the next
there-
about hour or so, you pick your way slowly along the road towards Amar, passing cart after cart after cart after cart after cart after cart after cart.
Bloody hell.
Jesus.
There are like the further you go in, the more, for want of a better term, half-eaten the bodies are.
Oh. Well, yeah, they do. Darkspawn will eat people.
that accounts for the missing men.
Yep.
And after you've been going for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, you see, in the distance, you see a quite large mountain, and you vaguely remember looking at the map and seeing that this must be some kind of Orzammar entranceway.
Yeah, it's the.
And
One of the gates.
as you continue to head towards it again, there's still just broken pieces of cart and bodies lying everywhere. As you get to the mountain itself, you see 6 or 7 carts just parked next to the mountain, just sat there doing nothing. One of them has a couple of bags on it, and as you get close, you see someone in Templar armor just turn round and look at you and go, the mother is back. Come to me, my mother. And just walking towards you, arms wide open.
A Templar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Their eyes are just solid white.
There's no mother here. Keep your distance.
I've
Now I'm
been
gonna
so
level my
cold,
halberd at him.
mother. I've been so cold. My hands,
My
they are
halberd is
frozen, mother.
leveled.
Please, take your child, mother.
There, that's close enough. Don't make me use this, buddy. Now let's all settle down, eh?
He walks the way someone... Basically, he kind of has this sort of slightly possessed walk towards you, like very slow and deliberate, with his arms outstretched towards you.
This is the last warning you're gonna get.
From his like complexion and stuff, is it?
You can see quite
light
you can see quite
or-
obvious red veins running through his face.
Oh, so that's red. Oh, red lyrium.
Hmm.
Oh. Yeah, he's a goner. He's not. He's not coming back from that. Dead man walking.
Assuming he's still shuffling forwards after all these warnings he's been given, Wraith will call out, "Well, no, that's enough of that. We've seen your type before." And he'll fire off a frostbolt at the guy's feet.
Since you know he's not exactly the most dexterous person in the world, you smack into his feet. He stops moving and he just begins to slowly topple forward. As he lands on the ground, he starts like digging his hands into the earth to try and pull himself towards you. And although he can't move with the ice, he is digging. His hands are properly digging deep into the earth to try and pull himself forward.
Oh, William, put him out of his misery.
I will step forward and wrap him across the head with my club. It's only a
Okay.
little club. In fact, you might say it's a truncheon, seeing as I'm an ex-guard.
Alright,
But
do a
I'm
roll.
gonna just clop him. What am I rolling for?
Just
The hitting?
roll
or
and
am I-
add your strength. Let's see how it goes.
Roll and add strength. Fuck me, that thing is going to drive me absolutely.
What is it?
A doorbell.
Oh,
A doorbell?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Jingly jangly doorbell.
20.
Yep, you crack him over the head. There's obvious skull fracture and brains fly everywhere.
Oh my god, I meant to just knock him out. Christ's sakes.
He's still just, even though his brains are splattered everywhere, he still tilts his head towards you and goes, "Mother," and then just
that is
slumps down.
horrifying.
I didn't mean to kill him. I only meant to give him a bit of a tap.
There's no saving him. You did him a mercy. Rest
Yes,
assured.
It was a kindness to put him down. The red lyrium is an awful, awful way to go.
It's very disconcerting, this talk of a mother. It insinuates that there's something ahead of us, perhaps. Well,
curious
Mercy,
about
I'm not a
these
wizard then,
bags.
I suppose.
Curious about these bags.
Okay.
And if it's red lyria, I'm just going to run away. So I'm just gonna like.
They're like sort of the equivalent of flour sacks tied tight shut. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna take a knife and use that to split open the bag,
Okay.
so I'm not having to touch it.
You stab the bag and step back. A trickle of a blend of blue and red sand starts pouring out from the inside.
Oh hell no!
What's
That
that?
stuff is well, it's lyrium in sand form, and it's highly explosive.
In a good way or a bad way?
Like, you know how regular lyrium explodes?
No.
Well, regular lyrium can explode.
Right.
But it can, like, it's like proper, like, you can make in the expansion in the first game, you could get grenades and stuff, and then later they kind of added it in more, and you could change up recipes and things. But basically, they're like grenades. You can make grenades with them.
Okay, I'm afraid I couldn't hear any of that until you just said grenades because my head just cracked out. Basically, it's explosive.
Yes,
Really explosive.
but red lyrium is very toxic as well, so
Right.
we
so
don't want to use red lyrium.
Yes.
right. So it combines all of the worst aspects of an explosion and long-lasting environmental toxic damage. Wonderful.
It can affect like the barrier between the dream world, the fade, and reality as well. Like it can make like holes, or it can allow demons to like.
Okay,
through.
so it's
yeah.
not just bad; it's really bad.
Well, yeah, it's like well, lyrium's like the magic. It's it's used mainly by mages, and it's used to keep Templars in check as well, because it gives
What,
it helps.
Lyrium.
Lyrium helps grant Templars the ability to subdue mages,
Right.
and mages use it as like a energy drink kind of thing to help fuel. Basically to fuel spells or to like replenish mana. But like everything, it's a balance. It was heavily controlled. It's not so much now, given that the blight is overtaken Ferelden. So
Yeah, it's kind of a bit late for that.
yeah, but the dwarves are the ones that mainly supply lyrium, because it's dug in the deep roads. So they dig in the deep roads, like Mithril and Lord of the Ring kind of thing.
Excellent.
Right.
So
Wait.
let's not touch this.
Noted.
As you look up the hill, you see there are steps leading up to what must have been an entrance into Ozimar, and even in the sort of darkness, you see something isn't right up those stairs.
Approach with caution.
Can I cast light on a stone and throw it ahead of us?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
You cast light on a stone and hurl it up. As it goes up, it just seems to leave this land in this massive crater. As you slowly make your way up the steps, you see that what could have been once fine entrance to Orzammar seems to have been blown up, and there's a massive hole just leading inside now.
Whoa, okay.
That's not good.
Well, it's safe to say the doors of Mars have fallen.
Well,
These defenses were once deemed impenetrable. To see it in this state, brought low.
I've never actually been to Ozma. But surely there'd be more than one door.
Yeah.
Well,
If the
yes.
front door's blown in, then it's going to make it hard to defend, isn't it?
No, like multiple doors.
Oh, what, one after another?
Yeah.
Ah, that'd be smart, wouldn't it?
Well, if I was a people intent on keeping everybody else out, I'd have more than one door. I mean, you'd expect the outside to be the most intimidating, though. So, I'm trying to be optimistic.
It does seem that with enough red lyrium, it doesn't matter how many doors you've got. Well, let's
Do you
keep
think
going
that's-
with caution.
Do you think that was done by the Darkspawn, or do you reckon that was done by the Tevinter who are trying to get into Orzammar?
I'm assuming it's hard to tell given the light, and maybe if we were here like during the day, we would maybe be able to see how if we could tell how long it had been, but I don't think we'd probably be able to roll high enough.
Alright, well, as you make your way through the massive hole and you pass over the easily couple of feet thick stone
Oh god.
that seems to have been blown right through. Once you're through the first hole, again, you just pass through, like, it looks like any kind of finery and some statues and stuff that were around the edges that look like they sort of kept history have just been ransacked. There's black blood splattered everywhere. And as you get further into the thing, there's another massive hole that seems to have blown through the second big door. From
Are we
looking
properly
around,
underground now?
yeah,
Not yet.
you're
Oh, yeah, we
beginning
are.
to get underground now.
Okay.
And as you sort of look around, there's definite charring, like it's been an explosive.
Is the black blood like ichor blood, or is it just blackened from drying?
There is quite a lot of it. It seems to be a blend of the two.
Okay, so that.
These are some this has all the feelings of darkspawn, but I've never heard of darkspawn using explosives before.
Well, this could be the aftermath of multiple assaults, or who knows?
Well, the dwarves did put up a fight.
Let's hope there's some of them left down there to help out.
God, I hope so, because this would be a poor ending.
As you head further down, again, any sort of door you come across has been like a massive explosion taking it out. It's a sort of clear walk all the way down into Orzammar itself. And as you walk down the remnants of the stairs, again, everywhere around is covered in blood and just bits and pieces of like the odd finger lying there, the odd foot lying there. No solid corpses or anything, but the odd little bits just lying around.
Yeah, that has me out of character. That has me slightly concerned. Because
In character, that has me slightly concerned.
yeah, out of character for me, it's more there is a creature called a broodmother that feasts on like the corpses, and they basically are the queen for creating darkspawn. Like they birth them.
You.
Yeah.
Too grim.
Yeah, if you have never seen a broodmother, don't Google it. Spare yourself that detail. But yeah, out of character, that has me concerned because if there's no bodies, somebody's collecting the bodies.
So yeah,
And if it's-
as you sort of wander around more, you find as you sort of glance around, you see around there's all the sort of dwarven like sort of buildings and merchant stalls and stuff. Some of them have doors that again look like they've been broken inwards. And again, all you see from just glancing inside is just blood splatter everywhere.
Gosh, really did come in like a flood.
Yes. Left quite the tide of gore.
As you make your way further towards the centre, you walk down the stairs, and ahead of you is the bridge towards the proving area. And again, it's just covered in pieces of constructs and just little tiny bits of dwarves just lying around everywhere. There's no weapons or no like loot or anything. It's like the whole place has been picked clean for useful items.
Oh, this is so creepy.
I don't want to go in the dark hole.
Do you think maybe it wasn't the darkspawn?
I mean, it is possible, but black ichor blood is.
Okay, yeah, there's clearly been darkspawn here, but I thought the darkspawn were like dumb animals or clever animals. They don't care about like gold and weapons, and it's all been taken. Why would it be taken if it was Darkspawn?
Well, they do brandish weapons, so I'd imagine they would take some for their
But
for
picked clean?
themselves. But yeah, I know, I get what you mean. So
Hmm.
it seems
Either it's been picked clean after the Darkspawn have blown the place open, or someone has blown the place open and then Darkspawn have tidied up, as it were.
yeah, that does seem possible.
Hmm.
Suppose we'll just have to keep our eyes open for any clues of who set the bombs, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. This red and blue lyrium mix. Mm.
As you arrive to the door of the proving grounds, you push the door open, it just easily falls open, like it's basically had no resistance anymore. And inside there's just a massive, what looks like almost vat of like blue and red powder mixed together.
Oh God.
Or that? Isn't that
And
isn't that thing you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
and next to it is there looks like there's a dwarf just wandering around, and he just seems to be taking a crystal from the pile, walking over, smashing it with a hammer, and then pouring the dust into the hole, and then repeating the job.
Oh God.
So, did a dwarf go nuts and do all this?
Regardless of if we go in or not, if he sets that off, we're all dead. Regardless, and we will not get out of here in time.
No fire at all costs.
Right. Noted.
Not a spark.
No fire. Got it.
Let's
Oh, it seems we've caught this man hard at work getting through the next door. Well, we should probably stop it, but looking around, is there any other kind of like, in the space that we're in, could things come in from the side? Is it just this guy?
You're in a massive like arena, and walls have sort of tumbled down either side. It seems like he's just been given a pile of crystals, and he's just slowly just grinding them to dust and filling up this massive, like there's just this massive container, just full of powder after he's ground them up.
But why? Is he mad? Is he out for revenge?
I mean, we're gonna have to go ask him anyway.
Is he not actually a dwarf?
As you're looking over, you hear a "Excuse me!" and you turn around to see Manny frantically waving at you from behind.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Manny.
What are you doing here,
Literally
Manny?
like shit our pants because we are like
He comes over and
in
goes,
the middle of
there was a gentleman outside, something about his mother. I tried to tell him to come in to speak to you, but he wanted to be more, hands-on.
Yeah, just ignore him, Manny. He's,
Well, you see, he had a couple of friends, and
What?
How many
and he
friends?
sort of looks back to the entrance, and you just see this 2 or 3 figures just start to appear through the doorway.
Oh dear.
Manny, keep out of trouble now.
I think we go and meet
close the
them.
door.
No,
Yeah.
I think the door's been blown apart,
Yeah,
hasn't
no
it?
closing those doors.
I think we should go and meet them so as to be as far from as possible from the dwarf who's nuts. Because
Yeah,
if
I
he
was-
if he goes all the way nuts and decides he wants to blow us up, I don't like our chances.
I was also thinking that we kind of wait till they come to the bridge and then just kick them off the bridge into the lava,
Could work.
because then we don't have to. But yeah, exploding is kind of that's kind of
Yeah.
important too.
Yeah.
Shall we see how we get on from a distance with like ice bolts and a few long distance shots, and if they aren't subdued, we'll just kind of shove them.
Yeah. If we go back like 1 or 2 antechambers, let's say, and start our position there, and
Yeah, definitely.
start flinging things, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. As you sort of prepare yourself ready, you see it's more than one or two. It's coming. It's currently 7 or 8 of them, and there's still more, just slowly shambling their way inside. All of them have just got completely white eyes.
Oh, don't like it. Okay. I'm just gonna take aim at the first one then, that's closest, and launch a fire. A flame. An ice bolt, even.
At this point, as you prepare to do this, you just hear a voice saying, "What's this? Are you back, my friends?" And you just turn around to see the dwarf that was in the room just walking through. He is covered in thick blue and red, like veins almost bursting out of him.
Oh
And
god.
as he walks, his eyes again are just completely white. And he goes, "The company must continue. Where are you, my friends? I need you to carry these loads."
The what must continue?
What do you do?
What do you say? What did he say? The what must continue?
He said, "The company must continue. I need you to carry these
Company?
loads."
What's the company's mission?
What? I don't recognize your voice.
He's blind.
I'm new.
Again, he's just frantically looking around. He can't place where you are.
He's blind.
At this point, you still hear the voices of more things shambling to the other room.
Can I cast Thorn Roots? Kind of, I don't know how many I can get at once, but like at the front row of these guys shuffling towards us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You just basically just cast it. It hits the first couple, and the ones behind just start brushing up against them, and you hear kind of like, the mother is stopping us continuing. She has locked the door on us, friends. We cannot move."
How tragic.
I don't know what we should do about either of these situations, but I get the feeling like we're in trouble here.
Nah.
We.
This one is not going to be talkative.
Which one's this one? Sorry.
The dwarf is
Okay.
just like completely gone as well, so I don't think we're really gonna get a coherent answer out of him. So the proving grounds, right, there was no other exit or anything.
There's another couple of exits. There's some exits like to the, if you run up the stairs, there's exits to the sides.
The only thing is, I don't want to let them all get together. 'Cause I don't know if they're going to set off that bomb or not.
We're in a rough situation because we can't really get back out again without going through them.
No.
Yeah, we're kind of screwed here. Either.
Unless we just shove them off into the lava.
Well,
But I don't really want to do that as well.
we've stopped them for the moment, so I think maybe
Straight on dwarf.
yeah, if you can give
What
them.
were you looking
dwarf a
for?
walloping.
What were you looking for?
At this point, the dwarf sort of snaps his head vaguely in your direction and goes, "I hear it, brothers. I hear it."
What?
And
What do you hear?
he just points towards Manny. "I hear it. I hear the heartbeat. I hear the heartbeat, brothers. We have found it."
So we can't hear voices either?
Manny, stay far away from that dwarf.
All right. And
I think we should zoom in.
Manny starts running up the stairs towards one of the doors, and the dwarf finger just follows him. And you notice
That's
that
creepy.
the ones from behind all seem to be following towards Manny as well.
What's so damn special about Manny?
It does
I'd
seem
feel
incredibly
insulted
lucky.
if I weren't so terrified. Right. Now, I think what we've got here is a case of a bad, and as we used to call it, So, does anyone mind if I chop up that dwarf with my halberd? No?
Oh,
No?
get to it!
Because he
No.
looks dangerous.
Yep. No. Have at it. Have at it, William.
Alright, I'm going to slowly, sort of as quietly as possible, approach him from like behind with my halberd. And do I need to roll to get into position, or will I be okay
You
getting
can get
into
into position. You just roll to hit him.
Okay. Roll to hit him, okay. Dot 20 plus. What is it? Halberd is strength, I think.
Yeah, strength.
Two-handed, yeah. 17.
You
Goddamn.
are you hitting his body? Are you hitting his? Wait, where are you aiming for?
Hmm. I'm not sure. How a halberd's usually a cleave or a stab.
Cleave, I think.
Alright, well I'll go for a cleave. Overhand cleave.
Okay, are you going horizontal or vertical?
I was going to say horizontal because there's more chance of hitting, but it's a
Okay.
dwarf, so probably not much difference. Let's go overhand. Let's go vertical,
Vertical.
because then
okay.
if I miss the head, I'll get
And
it in the shoulder.
You
Which is
slice down and slice right through his arm.
which one?
The one that
Or
was
does it not
pointing
really
at Manny. Blood, like very dark, thick black blood, starts pouring from the, like sort of squirting out from under the arm. At this point, you just hear a, brothers, she has taken my arm to be by her side. And at this point, although he's looking at Manny, he stops because he can't point anymore. Everyone else seems to stop and starts looking around. Again, like confused as to what they need to aim for.
I'm gonna mime at the dwarf and just and sort of draw a finger across my throat and then shrug as if to say, "You want me to finish the job, or shall we leave it?"
Kill him!
Okay.
And we should get on with killing the rest of these.
Yep.
And Wraith will start hurling crossbolts and what
Alright.
have you at the guys that are stuck.
Same.
Do
Same, Ruth.
roll to throw your frostbolts.
That is an 8.
14.
Well, you might
Okay,
clip one.
so
you know?
Wraith sunks first one in with the chest with a frostbolt. Ruth misses wildly and smacks into the wall. Is William rolling again to try and...
Yeah, I'll have another crack at the dwarf.
Are you swinging again, vertically, horizontally?
Let's try and go for the other arm.
Okay. 16, yep. You cleave through his other arm, and your halberd gets sort of slightly wedged in between his ribs.
Oh, that's not great.
He
Luckily,
start-
luckily with a halberd, the bad person is at the end of a long stick,
Mm.
so he's not too close.
He starts bubbling blood, like very thick black blood from his mouth, and starts going, brothers, she has seen to take me. You must lead the charge alone. And just slowly falls forward into your halberd and starts being quite limp.
Well, I think that's it. I think for him, anyway, I think he's dead.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely done.
Right.
Let's handle the others.
I'm gonna approach the fallen dwarf and make a quick sign, mark of respect, for a dead man, and then move on.
Okay. As you
Because he
get
wasn't his own self. You
as
know?
you get closer, there's a very strong smell to the blood.
I'm not surprised. Blood does smell.
But it doesn't have the sort of copper smell you're used to. Has a very interesting scent. It just kind of has a what you can only describe as the very strong smell of infection.
Ugh.
I'm gonna need to get this pipe cleaned. Halberd cleaned.
Wise idea.
That smells really rotten.
Yep.
Well, let's throw some more frostbolts, I guess.
All right.
Yes.
Just more
From
rolling.
roots as well, because there's some that are approaching Manny.
15.
Oh no.
Ruth takes one step back to try and aim the. Hang on, let me just take the ad off for now.
Oh, no.
Ruth takes one step back to try and get a better shot. Slips on the black blood, shoots a crossbow straight into the air, and lies with a wet squelch under the body of the dwarf.
Oh, gross.
These were just what?
Focus, Ruth.
Get
The-
up and just be like, gross, gross.
The ceiling up above, there's a sort of crumble sound, and you
Oh,
notice
no.
large pieces of rock start tumbling down towards you. Everyone do me a dodge roll.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Do I have dodge roll? I do.
Dot D 20 because I don't have dodge. Oh no!
I got a 4.
I got a 1.
You got one again.
I got 1 again.
Oh no.
Ruth has a large rock land squarely on their leg, breaking it in several places.
Oh.
Fuck your leg again.
Manny is also hit by falling things, as is Wraith, but they're not hit as drastically as Ruth.
A bit of a clunk, is it, on the shoulder?
It's like enough to like stave your arm or feel like you've got that sort of tingling sensation when
Ooh, when you jar it.
when you jar it really badly. It's more that than anything else, but Ruth has certainly broken her leg. Sorry, broken his leg.
See, I may be fat, but it doesn't mean I can't roll. In fact, you might argue it makes me better at rolling. I'm surprisingly nimble for someone with as much of a gut as I have.
Hang on, let me just roll for the friends. Let's just do this and see how they get on. All of them are slowed by it.
Okay.
Not one of them made a decent enough roll to be unaffected by it.
God.
And that's convenient, at least.
Okay. Ruth is screaming
Yep.
and desperately trying to like shove the rock off his leg.
Mhm.
And
Because
then
you are kind of pinned down at the moment.
I'm pinned. Okay, yeah, I'm just be like.
I'm gonna, sort of trot over with my halberd and try and get the other end of the halberd to like lever it off, or at least not off, just enough that you can get your leg out.
Slide myself out.
Alright.
I know it's sacrilegious. Sorry, am I doing too many actions? Do I
No,
need to-
you're fine. Right.
Okay. And I know it's a bit sacrilegious, but that wonderful old whiskey bottle. Can I get the rock lifted enough for Ruth to get their leg out?
Do me a strength roll.
Strength.
It's quite a large rock. And Ruth is also on very sticky ground, so...
11.
Yeah, 11's high enough. You basically push the rock enough that Ruth can drag themselves out from underneath.
Alright, I know it's a bit sacrilegious, but I am going to use some of the old whiskey. If there's any cuts or breaks in the skin, that's going to get a dousing.
Well, as you look down to see, parts of leg bones sticking out of the skin.
Yeah, that's going to need a dousing.
Gotta need a dousing. That's a bit of bone that needs a douse. It's a bit of skin that needs a douse.
Focus on.
Weirdo's busy because I've got things to do here. Give me a minute. Shut up! You're not helping. I'm gonna shove my truncheon between Ruth's teeth to bite. This is going to hurt a significant amount.
Ruth, do me a roll actually. Just do a normal
Okay.
d20 roll. Just want to see something.
Oh no. 20!
20. Okay. As you sort of like come to from realizing what's going on, from your leg breaking, and you just had the usual sensation of needing to vomit from broken injury. you notice that the friends that were shaken by the they seem to be like looking around more frequently, and you just in the distance you just hear the sound of footsteps. Many,
Oh god.
many footsteps.
Oh god. Darkspawn.
Are these not darkspawn?
Is it like a horde coming, or do we sense them?
You
Like, do
you
we
can sense them. Yeah, there's
Oh,
something has been very much awakened by you screaming very loudly from breaking your leg.
Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the rock falling on from the ceiling is kind of loud as well, to be honest.
That's true.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
I know we have to go, but your leg is in tatters.
I am 5 foot. Someone just lopped me over their shoulder.
Do you know any healing magics?
Of course I know healing magic. I'm a goddamn healer.
That's great. Get to work healing your bloody leg. How are we looking with those other chaps? See,
There's too many of them to deal with.
there's only 7 of them. Get a grip of on yourself.
I'll hurl another frostbolt and try and get one.
I rolled 19 to try and heal myself enough to like hobble out
You
of
heal
it.
yourself, but
It's a long heal, is it?
it's
Yeah.
gonna take a while for the bones to.
Oh
I mean,
yeah. I'm not
Rufus, I'm
expecting
sure-
them to be fixed.
Rufus, I'm sure, is aware of when you splinter bone, it takes quite a while to knit it back together.
Yeah. I'm more of like this is like instant like first aid kind of just like triage.
Yeah,
Let's get on with it.
It's moved it in approximately the right place, and it's stopped the bleeding. And
And
maybe it's cleaned out any infection.
As you do that, you hear the sound of crumbling again as Wraith's ice bolt has caused something else to come loose,
Oh no.
and more parts of the wall are starting to crumble down.
Oh
Plus
god.
side, they're more likely to hit the other group than you.
That's good.
'Cause
We
there's
still
a
have
lot
to do a
more of
dodge
them.
roll. Do we still
If
have to
you
do a
have dodge roll, you can use dodge roll.
I have to roll a d20 again. God. That is a 9.
What is it for?
17.
Okay, Wraith is fine.
Okay.
That's
yep.
hang on.
Do
oh,
is not a valid
do.
command.
Two of the friends in the doorway are crushed by falling masonry.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
William is fine. It's just waiting on Ruth to roll, or has Ruth rolled already?
I rolled already. Yeah, I rolled 9.
No, 9. Yeah. Okay. So 2 of the ones that are standing in the doorway are crushed to death. One of them doesn't seem to mind that this falling masonry just still wobbles towards you. The other 3 are completely fine and just are dodging falling masonry. As you all get back to your feet and start moving, and Manny joins you, there's the sound of something very, very large and very, very many heading up, what sounds like from the deep roads up towards where you are.
Is it just me, or are there a lot of things
Oh yeah.
approaching now?
Oh yeah. Idea. Grab the bags that we found outside, throw them inside, and then we run and cast a fireball behind us.
Throw in.
I haven't got any better ideas. We're gonna have to get past a few remaining shamblers over there.
That's fine. But plan ahead.
All
Plan
right.
for when we get out of here.
There is no plan for when we get out of here.
All right.
Don't be so pessimistic.
I am being realistic. When was the last time you lot had a plan, hey? Never. You've never had a plan. Not since I first met you. It's all been improvise this and ad hoc that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna. At this point, I've tried to hoist. I'd like to hoist Ruth onto my shoulder and start heading for the exit.
Okay.
I may need to use my halberd as a crutch because I am not
no,
as strong as I am dexterous.
I've got a staff as well, so I'll probably lean on that.
You
Okay.
I'll just a quick roll to see. Yes, you managed to vaguely get past the 3 or 4 of them are standing in the doorway. As you start limping up the stairs and look at the hole behind you, just see the start of one or two very angry-looking darkspawn just start slicing up the friends that you made coming back up
Why?
the stairs.
Are they not Darkspawn too?
No. They're like red lyrium things.
Oh. Thought that was a Darkspawn thing.
No.
Never
Well, they are linked, but not.
They're Darkspawn light.
Kinda. Red lyrium is blighted lyrium, so the darkspawn taint has infected lyrium and turned it red, and it gives it extra properties. So they are related.
Usually
they're
bad
not.
ones.
Yeah, they are related, but in the game they're usually played by two different bads. They've been played as two different, like, big bads.
The bad and the big bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say, with a slight tinge of fear in my voice, there's Darkspawn down there.
Yeah, there is.
Yes,
Moving.
let's get to that counter and try and block their approach.
I am. Don't trust me. I am.
Throw me in the cart. Just throw me in the cart.
All right.
We're not at the cart yet.
I know, but
So-
when you get there, just throw me in.
So you run outside. You grab the bags. Are you just gonna throw all these bags of lyrium at the holes?
I think we're in full panic mode right now. So I think we're probably, considering that me and Wraith can sense the darkspawn coming, and we're just like, nah. We're in full flight mode. So I think realistically, tossing the bags completely is the right way to go.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna run back to your cart and leave? Is that what you're saying?
No, we're gonna launch a fireball after.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna chuckle the bags, get in the cart, and be ready to go from a
I
safe
guess
distance.
if we're chucking them down the stairs as well, they'll roll quite a fair bit.
Yep.
Okay.
We can
So-
just like pierce. Well, one's already pierced open because I stabbed it, so it's already like creating a little trail of dust. So
Yeah, so toss all of them down there, and the split one will make a trail, kind of.
Okay.
and then we all get in the cart.
Wraith, you've better aim than me. I think that's evident.
Manny,
Let's hope it holds out. That last one wasn't so good.
All right. Roll to fireball.
Go Wraith, go Wraith, go!
24.
24.
Hey!
There's you hit the fireball. There's a massive boom. There's a concession of booms.
Manny.
There's
whip up the
another
horses.
gigantic boom. Lava starts rising up and starts
Yep.
slowly billowing out of the mountain.
Yep.
occasionally another boom is heard.
Yeah.
Shortly afterwards,
More booms. Yeah. So as Kamani is frantically steering the cart away from there, which way are you heading?
Do we go? I mean, we were heading towards Samar for what?
The Grey Wardens, because we wanted to find Grey Wardens, and there's definitely not any Grey Wardens here.
Not anymore, anyway.
No.
Maybe there was, but
I reckon we maybe go to one of the. I think we maybe head to High Ever because it's on the coast. We could maybe get a boat, and then that way we don't have to go back to the Portcullis and deal with the Tevinter.
we're in Ferelden, or are we
Yes.
like on the borders of Ferelden?
We are technically in for.
You are technically locked into Ferelden because you've locked your
Yep.
door behind you.
Hence why I think we should maybe go to High Ever because it's got
So
Or-
as you
or
sprint
a port.
as you sprint away from the now volcanic remnants of Orzammar,
Rip that great civilization,
mean-
but I mean,
I
it was
mean-
kind of already dead.
Yeah,
let's be
the
honest.
last dwarven city had already fallen, so
Yeah.
This was just like what, the storeroom.
so yes, you get quite a distance away, and as you sort of slowly stop because Manny needs to rest the horses,
Oh yeah.
He says, "Oh, I found this. I couldn't read any of it though." And he hands you a book written in very thick dwarvish. "It was on that cart that it was left here with all them bags."
Oh,
Well, that's nice. Maybe we can read it tonight for bedtime stories.
I don't really think I want to read the ravings of a maniac.
Well,
Explosive maniac.
I'm not so familiar with Dwarvish myself, but we'll have to see how we go with it. There's bound to be something in there.
My people in the dwarves have a long history of not really cooperating well. I'm afraid I don't really speak dwarvish.
Alright, well, as you sort of find a suitable place to settle down for the night, and as best of a place as you can, as there's still smoke and the strong smell of ash in the air, we will wind up there for today. Does anyone have anything else they wish to add before we stop?
I can't believe we blew up.
You blew up Ozma.
Set off a volcanic explosion. That could have some wide-reaching implications if, like, the smog and ash and everything.
I mean, it's already been taken over by the darkspawn, so the ground, the land isn't really great anyway.
I'm just thinking that if it gets taken by the wind and gets blown towards Orlais and the other places, like, the sky's going to turn black.
I can't believe I slept through you blowing up Orzamal.
No.
We only got to the entrance,
Well done.
and now it's
Yeah,
not.
sorry I wasn't here earlier.
You'd have
That's
blown
fine.
it up too. You would have blown it up too.
Yes, but... Sorry I wasn't here earlier. I pulled a
That's
12-hour shift and fell asleep at 9 o'clock in the morning and...
Valid. Though.
That's fine, honey. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah.
Alright,
It's okay.
well, we will wind up there then, and we'll go and probably raid it somewhere. But yes, thank you everyone for watching along. Our next streams will be, I don't know, are we doing anything tomorrow, Ron? Do I just more Echo or whatever it is we're doing after it?
I don't know if I can do tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to start with me going to the vet and then going into work and then trying to get some sleep and then trying to get myself up in time for therapy and then getting back here to run my D&D session.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Well, let me know if you change your mind, but I will assume not then. Tuesday is now
Yeah.
Verlasting. So Tuesday will be Mr. Greg back in the DM chair doing his Verlasting Tales with Eden and Amy. Then Wednesday, I think at this moment I have a stream with Belry. He hasn't confirmed anything since we said should we do next Wednesday, so I'm waiting to hear if he's still on for it. Hopefully so. Hopefully me and Belry are playing something stupid. If he's not there, maybe I'll play something else. But yes, after Verlasting I'll be doing the usual indie horror. Thursday we're doing usual indie horror. Friday will be me, Tom, and Zeph doing I think Distrust. We're doing one more week of Distrust to try and get the final ending we don't have. And then after that, if Age is about, we're doing some Sons of the Forest. And then next Sunday, we'll be back doing more Dark Tide. So, thank yous everyone for watching along. We are going to go raid out. We're probably going to raid Darren because he is playing Resident Evil 2, and it's hilarious to watch Darren play Resident Evil 2. So, yeah, we will do that. So, until next time, folks, you all take care. Thank yous once again for tuning in. See you soon. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.